You have decided to take IELTS. From this point on, you're going to take a series of decisions, but here's the interesting part. The first decision you'll make isn't actually yours. That decision has already been made by the country you're moving to, the university you're applying to, or an employer that asked you for an IELTS result. Your job is simply figuring out what they have already decided. Because over the next few minutes, you're going to make a few decisions of your own. Some won't matter very much, but others could cost you time, money, or even another IELTS booking. And none of those decisions have anything to do with your English. They have everything to do with understanding the journey you are about to begin. So, let's begin where every IELTS journey begins. One simple question: why do you need IELTS test? Are you planning to immigrate? Are you applying to a university? Applying for a job, or something else? Whatever your answer is, that is what decides the type of IELTS you're looking for. This might sound obvious, but it's the first place people go wrong. They start by asking, which IELTS should I book? The better question is, what is the organization asking you for? Because universities, immigration authorities, and employers do not always ask for the same IELTS. Once you know your destination, many of the decisions ahead become surprisingly easy. If your destination is a university, you're almost certainly looking for IELTS for academic. If your destination is immigration, work, or another non-university purpose, you're most certainly looking at IELTS for general training. You'll choose the test itself, first academic or general training, because by now you'll already know which one your destination requires. Then you'll see another option, regular IELTS or UKVI, also known as SELT. This isn't about difficulty, it is about purpose. In case of applying for a UK visa, some visa categories specifically require UKVI version of IELTS. If they don't, regular IELTS is usually the one you're looking for. Again, don't guess. Choose the test your university, visa route, or employer has asked you for. So the test type, you didn't really choose that. Your destination did. Now, let's book your IELTS test. The first thing you'll do is visit the official IELTS website, ielts.org. I'll put the link in the description. From there, you'll choose your country, then your city, and then you'll see the test centers available to you. Now another question appears. Should you book with British Council or IDP? Which one should you choose? Which center is easier? Which one gives better score? Which examiner is stricter? These are wrong questions. The reality is, neither organization exists to make the test easier. Ask yourself a different question. What exactly are you expecting to be different? The score? The examiner? The difficulty? None of those. Neither organization gives higher scores. Neither one is easier. They're simply authorized to deliver the same IELTS test. So instead of choosing based on internet rumors, choose based on practical things. Which location is easier to reach? Which test date suits you? Which speaking arrangement works better for you? Those decisions will have a bigger impact on your experience. So for most candidates, either is absolutely fine. Choose the location, the available test dates, and the center that works best for you. After you've chosen your test center, the next decision is how you'll take the test. Paper-based or computer-delivered. Depending on where you live, you may have both options, or computer-delivered may be the only option available to you. If you have a choice, choose whichever you're more comfortable with. If you don't worry. Computer-delivered IELTS is just as straightforward to take. Some candidates panic when they realize only computer-delivered IELTS is available in their city. They immediately think, I should travel somewhere else to take the paper-based test. But you don't have to. In most cases, you will not be able to. There is a policy around that. Hundreds and thousands of candidates successfully take the computer-delivered IELTS test every day. It is not a different exam, it is simply a different way of taking the same exam. We'll compare both formats in a separate detailed video. At this point, the booking page starts asking a lot of questions. It can feel repetitive, and that's exactly when people stop reading and they start clicking next, next, next. Don't, because one incorrect letter one incorrect number or one incorrect email address might not stop today's booking, but it can create tomorrow's problem. The booking starts asking questions about you. Your personal information, your name, your ID document, details, your contact information. Slow down here, especially your email address, because from this point onwards, that is where every important information and communication about your test will arrive, especially when your test center needs to contact you or when you need to use this result later. Next, you'll choose the test itself. Academic or general training, regular or IELTS for UKVI, your preferred test date, your preferred test time. Read every option carefully. Don't book the test someone else thinks you need. Book the one your destination actually requires. And before you continue, take one more look. One incorrect selection here can become a very expensive mistake later. Once everything looks right, you'll complete your payment. A few moments later, your booking confirmation arrives. This isn't just a payment receipt. This is your chance to make sure everything is exactly the way you intended. Before you close it, stop. Read it once, then read it again. Check your test date, your test time, the module you have booked, and the ID document you have used. If something doesn't look right, this is the easiest moment to fix it. A few moments later, your booking confirmation arrives. Most candidates open it, glance at it, and close it. Don't do that. Before you close that email, check 4 things. Your test date, your test time, the module you have booked. If anything looks wrong, contact your test center immediately. Fixing a mistake today is much easier than discovering it on the test day. Now let's talk about ID for a moment. A lot of candidates have both passport and national ID. So which one should you use? If the information is exactly the same on both, either one is perfectly fine. But if your name, your date of birth or any other important detail is different, choose the document that matches with your other official records. It may not matter today, but it could matter much later when you're applying for university, when you're using your results for immigration or visa processing. And whatever ID you used during the booking, make sure you'll have that original ID document with you on the test day. Not a photocopy, not a scanned copy, the original. It's one of the simplest mistakes to avoid. Yet every year candidates lose their test because they arrived with the wrong document or without the original one. One final thing, once you have booked your test, keep an eye on your emails. Different test centers communicate differently. Some might confirm your speaking schedule there and then, and some test centers may confirm it later. Some test centers conduct a speaking test face-to-face, some through video call speaking, and some may give you a choice to choose from, video call or face-to-face. But everything you need to know will be communicated to you, mostly through email. Your IELTS journey doesn't begin on the test day. It begins the moment you click Book Now. So the booking is out of the way. If you followed along, you should know exactly which test to book, what to look out for, and what to double check before the test day. Now comes the part everyone is thinking about. How do you prepare and get the score you need? Let's do that next. And if you have made it this far, you're already starting it the right way. In the next episode, we'll leave the booking process behind and begin preparing for the test itself.